I've been wondering for years why people can't see that the Trump cult is making them do horrible things in the name of Trump. Why can't his followers see that Trump is asking them to do increasingly illegal things so that if Trump goes down, they go down? So I decided to do some research on how cults rope normal people in and have them commit atrocities on behalf of the cult. Because we're not dealing with a political movement here. It's a cult. We have to treat it like it's a cult. Here are 5 psychological tactics cults use to make regular people feel they can't turn back once they've crossed the line. 1. Cognitive dissonance. Someone does something they know is wrong, they support a policy that hurts people, or they defend violence. They participate in something they know violates their values. It doesn't feel like a big deal at the time. Everyone around them is doing it also. Their excuse, it's just politics. They deserved it. I'm just supporting my side. But at that moment, they cross the line. Now they have 2 choices. Admit they were wrong and deal with the guilt and consequences, or keep going and pretend it was justified. In the 1950s, psychologist Leon Festinger discovered something called cognitive dissonance. When your actions contradict your values, your brain experiences psychological pain. Most people resolve this by changing their actions, but some people resolve it by going all in. They know they've gone too far. They know if their side loses, it's over with. So they escalate instead of turning back. This is why so many Nazis refused to surrender when Germany fell. They knew what they did was indefensible. That's how far gone some MAGA supporters are. They feel like they have no way back. But most of them do have a way back. Yes, they'll have to feel a little shame, but the alternative is much worse. 2. Escalation of commitment. It's how ordinary people commit extraordinary harm without feeling like monsters. You do something that violates your morals. Your brain rewrites the story to make it justified. The new story requires you to keep going, because if you stop now, the original act stands alone. Unforgivable, unjustifiable, criminal. But if you escalate, it becomes necessary. Just the next step to the next horrible thing. Psychologist Barry Staw studied this in the 1970s. He called it escalation of commitment. The more you invest in a bad decision, the harder it is to walk away. It's the sunk cost of shame. They know they've gone too far. They feel like there's no way back. So they keep going because their pride won't let them stop. 3. Mutual destruction. This is how cults work. They don't just make you believe, they make you participate. Once you've committed crimes together, you're bonded by mutual destruction. They go down, you go down. MAGA did this on January 6th. Thousands of people committed federal crimes together, harassment campaigns, coordinated attacks on election workers. They implicated themselves in crimes. On TV, they live streamed it. This is exactly what's happening with MAGA. They started by supporting Trump, then they defended his lies, then they excused the cruelty, then they stormed the Capitol, then they defend federal agents killing protesters. Now they are defending PDF files in the Epstein files. The MAGA cult will make you do horrible things to keep proving your loyalty to the cult. They go down, you go down. 4. The escalation accelerates. In 1971, a psychologist named Philip Zimbardo ran the Stanford prison experiment. From 70 student applicants, he chose 24 students to take part in the experiment. He assigned 12 of the students to be prison guards and 12 of the students to be prisoners. He gave ordinary people authority and power over the others. The experiment was supposed to last 14 days. But was cut short at just 6 days because what they were witnessing. The guards' behavior turned very quickly from being strict with the prisoners to sadistically cruel with the prisoners in just days, because each act of cruelty made the next one easier. These were normal students, not some lunatics. This proved under the right conditions, some people will act horribly when they get power over others. 5. Dehumanization. To keep escalating, they have to shut their empathy down. To dehumanize, you have to stop seeing people as people. You turn them into threats, monsters, or enemies, because it's easier to hurt something that isn't human. Immigrants become invaders. Protesters become Antifa. Trans kids become groomers. Psychologist Stanley Milgram proved how powerful this is in 1961. He found that 65% of ordinary people would deliver fatal electric shocks to strangers if an authority figure told them it was necessary. Not because they were sadistic, because they believed they had no choice. The cult has convinced them that they are special, that their team is full of winners, that they are defending America. fighting for freedom, standing as the resistance. If they're the heroes, their actions are necessary. If they're not the heroes, then their actions are evil. So they have to be the heroes, no matter what that requires. If you're watching someone you love go down this road, they're trapped. Some by crimes, some by identity. The escalation doesn't stop. Eventually, the cult will ask them to do something they can't come back from. Once they do, they're locked in, or at least they think they are. This is the point of no return. If you are a MAGA supporter or have one in your family or friends, don't cross the line with the cult. You have a way out right now, right here. This is your chance to leave. The door is open. You need to walk through it.